goes another 20-year-old.
Holy shit, I hate those guys.
Gotta hate 20-year-olds.
Fuck those guys.
Somebody help these 20-year-olds.
It's time to figure it out, Ricky.
Touch me.
Don't touch me. Don't fucking touch me. Chin chin.
Shin Shin, thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming.
Chin, chin.
Chin chin.
Chin chin.
Oh, I guess the video's up there. Chin chin.
Shin, thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming to Too Many Jams to show about all things 20-year-old.
With help from friends, experts, and our own personal experiences, we hope to shed some light on those things that leave our age group lost and confused.
Another virtual fucking gangbang going on here. We got Robbie Davidson coming in virtually from London, Ontario, aka Spaceship Earth, aka Paradise for Robbie. Would never leave there, is having the best pandemic.
I don't think I'm coming home anytime soon, to be honest.
And then we got producer Kevin.
What's up?
In the house with me. He made us screwdrivers. It's midday on a Tuesday. There's no rules.
There are no rules.
There are no fucking rules.
It's
It's
airport
true.
rules.
It's
I had to
anything goes.
tell myself yesterday, I was like, Monday, okay, not going to drink today. Otherwise, it's just like, to make a mental note of it. Otherwise, it's every day. It's literally every day.
I'm literally trying not to drink during the week just so at least
Why
it's
not?
like the weekend means you can drink.
Why? I'm complete opposite of you guys. I woke up and I'm like, it's Monday. Okay, that means nothing because I'm in a pandemic. You know what I mean? I do whatever I want. I got drunk last night. I'm drinking right now. Drank on the weekends. I get up when I want. I go to bed when I want. There's no fucking rules. I'm about to smash my phone if it makes another.
Live your best pandemic. That's what I say,
I'm okay. If you're gonna
like that.
make, okay, we got to stay inside. We're gonna stay inside,
Mhm.
right? Okay, for 1-2 months. I don't have any work to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, nothing matters. And no one's getting anything done. I can't go anywhere. I can't hang out. Okay, I'm doing whatever the fuck I want. Then there's no rules.
Yeah, I'd love to get like a little day rip in,
Like what kind of day rep?
Like I'm talking fingers and butts, dicks and butts.
I'm talking alligator
beers,
tails.
sucking down on beers. Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about a few things. One, Kevin and Robbie we're all actually having very different pandemics. And this is your pandemics narrated by myself. Okay. Robbie moved home to London. Robbie's favorite things in the world are playing guitar at his house in London, hanging with his family, getting home cooked meals, and exercise, sleeping. Rob, what would you say?
And I don't mind spending the occasional time with my girlfriend.
I forgot about your girlfriend. Okay, so that's Robbie's big
I
five.
forgot you have a girlfriend.
I forgot you have a girlfriend because you abandoned her in Toronto.
She abandoned me.
You guys both have houses in Toronto. You just left and went back to your family. Okay, so those are Rob's 5 most favorite things in life.
yeah, continue.
Pandemic or not, correct? Probably nothing you like more, period.
No, I'm pretty content.
Okay,
with that
so those are your
list.
big 5. Where you're at right now, those are the only 5 things you can do. You're in paradise. You're
That's
not
the only
even
5 things that matter right now.
But that's the only 5 things you cared about when everything else mattered too, and you just were like, okay, it's pandemic. This is the best case scenario for you. You're home.
Yeah.
No work needs to be done. You're doing only your 5 favorite things, minus your girlfriend, but she was probably number 5 on that list anyway, right? So like, she'll drive down maybe next weekend. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, maybe she'll come visit. We'll see.
So you're having your best. So you're living your best life. You don't even want to come home. You want this to go on for 2-3 more months.
Dude, things are good here. Like I wake up, I work out. I've been doing some good workouts actually. I was telling you about this app, Peloton. They got all these boot camps and
it's more than an app.
I don't know,
you know the bike
at home.
the whole bikes thing they have.
Yeah, that's true. But they've also the app is fantastic. Also, they got all these great home workouts. I've been ripping those, and then I pretty much play guitar all day.
Oh,
and then 5 o'clock rolls around, and mix in a couple drinks, and then Bev has been absolutely on fire with home cooked meals. Like,
Yeah.
she's been just making the best stuff.
Sounds pretty
and
good
then,
to me, right?
And then we watch Jeopardy after dinner, and then the whole family goes to bed pretty early. To be honest,
But you love going
So,
to bed
like-
early. This is another bonus for you.
like
These are all good
It's in his genes. Like,
Yeah. This is everything you want to do times 10.
No, but it's fucking with my sleep schedule a little bit because I've consistently been going to bed early. That I kind of wake up at like 6, like 5:30, 6 in the morning right now. Just like I'm just like up. I'm like not even with an alarm or anything. I'm just kind of up, and I'm like, what do I do? Do I get up, or do I just lay here and kill time for another 2 hours before anything? Like before I get the
Because
day
Mama
rolling.
doesn't have dinner
Yeah,
at her
Mama.
breakfast. yet.
I'm hungry, mama.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so
but yeah, things are good.
going into the pandemic, those are the things, you were doing a lot of playing guitar. In fact, everything non-pandemic was just getting in the way of you doing all these things. And they're all removed. Right?
Yeah, okay, fair.
And the only things
Yeah.
that you don't get to do, like socialize, get drunk, whatever, like all this stuff, you're not too worried about, because you can still socialize with your fam. They're all the social life you need. You
Yeah,
you can FaceTime your girlfriend. Maybe
I
she
get
can show
drunk
you
with
a
my
titty
fam.
or something. What's that?
I said I can get drunk with my fam,
Yeah.
socialize with
You can
them.
whack off. You're set. Robbie's set. Okay. That's Robbie's great pandemic. Kev, pre-pandemic, you know what? Not that motivated. Having a hard time, I'd say. at least the time leading.
Lights are a little bright. I don't know.
Yeah, the time leading
Is it on here? No.
right up to the pandemic. You had your moments.
Is this thing on?
You had your moments.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, a lot of just kind of hanging around waiting to go to work.
Yeah.
Like it's not like you weren't working, you just weren't doing anything above and beyond. At least the stuff you were like, oh, I want to do this. I want to do more coding.
There's a lot of talk. Not
A lot of talk,
action, yeah.
right? Just like but like that's what the average person is. I'm only saying you relative to what you said you want to do, which is everyone. Everyone does that shit. Pandemic hits. Kev, something snapped in his brain. Kev has been the most lights out, entrepreneurial, like self-dedicated person since the pandemic hit. What happened?
I don't know.
Something fucking happened.
like what do you mean? Like
Okay,
what?
okay.
In
This
what
is
way?
Kevin post-pandemic. First week, it was hard to tell, because I didn't know what was going on, but he was like cleaning the kitchen, like buying groceries, stocking up, like doing like the really responsible things while I was just sitting doing nothing, being like, what are you doing? Like, what's going on? He stocked up on booze, household items, food, all this shit, cleaned up the house, was doing his laundry. And then I'm just like, okay, at what point is he going to like fuck off and just lay in bed all day like I'm doing and just like like quarantine hard? He doesn't. He sits at his computer all day Googling ways to get money from the government or ways to get a job or work on his coding all day so he can build a resume to either work freelance or get a job as a coder. And I'm like, why? Where was this?
Yeah.
If you were doing that the way you're living, and he's working out like 3 or 4 times a week now.
Unreal.
Outside, runs,
Like
body
doing
weight,
what though? Runs?
body weight, pull-ups, dips,
A lot of like
push-ups.
prison workout type stuff. You go do
Yeah.
some dips on a bench.
And then he mixes
Some
in a prison
push-ups.
rape too. Anyone he sees
Oh.
out there.
Dark.
Just patrolling the streets.
Yeah, so he mixes in a workout, and then if,
Yeah.
if someone about your size is walking about down the street, game over.
Yeah.
Anything goes.
It's prison yard rules out there for Kevin.
Whoa.
Yeah,
It's
so-
like
What's that?
I was gonna say that like pandemic is all rules.
Yeah, it's
All
like the
rules out the
purge out there
window.
for Kevin.
Yeah.
No, it's funny because I was thinking about it and I was trying to like understand because I literally once I started working from home and like SIP bar, like the main source of income was like off the table. then it was like, okay, now I'll be lucky to get some work going online through freelance coding stuff. So started doing that. Then all of a sudden it was just like more focused because there was less options on the table. So then started doing that. Then it was like, then that became a pipe dream in general because I don't know, with the recession, there's probably less opportunities to get stuff online. So now it's like, now it's an actual dream. Like maybe if I work really hard, I can get that. So now like all the, I don't know, it just fucking off and going on YouTube and that kind of thing just isn't satisfying anymore for some reason.
Doesn't make any sense to me.
I don't know. Before it was satisfying, I could do it all day, but now it's like I'd rather be doing work.
It's
I don't know why.
Kevin only liked fucking off when it was like the bad thing to do.
Yeah.
And now that everyone's fucking off, he's like, well, I got to do the opposite of that.
Now it's bad to do work.
Now like doing work, I'm like, why? He's like, I'm not going to drink today. I'm like, why? He's like, you know what I mean? Like, why are you doing it? I'm going to go work out. I'm like, why?
Kev, I get that though. Like I sort of have the same mentality in some ways. Like if you have something that distracts you to do something else, you're more motivated to do do the other thing. You know,
so you guys are like opposites of me.
Yeah.
That's why
me and Rob get along so well.
That's why, because during the regular working non-pandemic state, I would say the opposites are true for a lot of us. You know what I mean? Like,
well, for me, I can think about it like university versus summer vacation. Like university, fucking nonstop watching Netflix, like trying to procrastinate, and then come summer vacation, like it just doesn't hit the same in terms of like watching a show or staying inside all day, doing whatever. You want to go do something fun, do something, or even just something productive. It just isn't as satisfying when you can be doing all that stuff. So right now it's like just not satisfying to be doing nothing. We'll see once those checks start rolling in. I don't know, maybe it'll change everything. But
that is the opposite of me. And I've been trying to explain this to Kevin. But my pre-pandemic, how would you explain, so instead of me narrating, how would you narrate my pre and post-pandemic here?
Well, yeah, I'd say pre-pandemic, you always get up early, like latest, like between 8 or 9 o'clock. And even when I think that you've slept in, you're really in your room just doing stretches or doing some sort of morning routine or working on something. I don't know, then you come down, you do some meeting with Rob, you just constantly just kind of working, I don't know, doing one thing or another. But I was gonna say it actually is quite satisfying to see you fucking off a lot these days.
And what post-pandemic?
Post-pandemic, yeah, I'm lucky enough to, my girlfriend lives within biking distance, so I can kind of go between the two houses on my bike, and they're fine with me hanging out there. I know it's kind of bending the rules a little bit, but whatever.
Yeah.
But then, so I've been going to their place for like a week and then coming back here. And just every single time I just see find Trav in the front room, just gaming hard.
I am fucking off. Like, this is no summer vacation versus Christmas vacation. I'm so switched on I was so in like in the train tracks. Like when the world was going normal, I have this like weird mental picture of everyone just getting ahead and me falling behind. This like, I have all these like kind of like weird mental tweaks that make me do stuff and I don't even know why, like make me feel bad when I fuck off, play video games or whatever, make me like feel like I'm getting old too quick or I need to work really hard. It makes me feel like all these things that make me want to work all the time, do something all the time. I don't know, like go to every social event, I don't know. Mm-hmm. Right now I feel none of that, and I've done nothing for 2 weeks. I play video games 80% of my day. I order pizzas as my food. I don't work out. I will answer a text message once a day. Like I'm in fantasy. I'm on and I'm having a great time. And it doesn't feel like, oh, like what else is there to do? Like you guys are like, oh, once you can fuck off, you don't even want to fuck off. No, once I can fuck off, I'm fucking off. I'm getting drunk. I found some weed in our house. I don't even know how to smoke it because I don't have any devices.
Wait, in the freezer?
Yeah, it's your weed, I think.
Yeah, that's my weed. Yeah.
How do I smoke
it? With papers? Like roll a joint or something?
Okay, done. I'm going to do it all. It doesn't matter. I stay up till 3:30. I fall asleep every night with my computer playing and the lights on. I wake up whenever I want. I've ordered 3 extra large pizzas in the last 6 days.
So Rob, I hadn't been here for a week. When I left Trav, he had ordered an extra large pizza, was posted up in his lair in the front room gaming.
Yeah.
I leave, I come back. I'm like, I wonder if it's gonna be any different. Maybe Trav is like bored of that now. He's like doing some other things, but nope. Just where I left him gaming. Look in the fridge and extra large pizza, and I was like, oh wow, is this like this from last week? He's like, oh no, I've ordered
Deja vu.
2 since then.
I do the same thing every day.
I gotta keep. Like I'm trying to keep a little bit of a sort of daily, or just like a little bit of routine throughout the day. Otherwise, if I just like sit around and watch Netflix all day or do whatever, then like when 5-6 o'clock rolls around, I'm like, I don't know. I get bored of it. I'm like, fuck, like I can't keep watching TV, and it's like, how do I pass more time? So I'm just
TV,
like,
I get.
Like trying to do a bit throughout the day, keep myself occupied doing some stuff, playing guitar, working out and such. And then when the afternoon comes around, then I'm like fucking off, like having drinks, chilling, TV, hanging out, playing games and stuff.
Picture video games like, I don't know how to explain it. If you like video games, if you're like me and you've always enjoyed video games, you never really get tired of them. Like, yeah,
I'm not really much of a video game guy, other than, I was telling you this actually the other day that I've been playing Zombies, Black Ops, Zombies.
I remember playing that 7 years ago. Maybe
yeah,
10.
me and Jamie have been ripping Zombies.
Yeah, Zombies
nonstop.
was fucking fun. That was like the peak of my gaming, I'd say. That and
we play
Skate
for
3.
like an hour or two a day.
Well,
yeah,
if
it's
you
great.
get deep in Zombies, it can be like 4, 5, 6 hours, I feel like.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Totally. Like, you can play for a while.
Yeah.
Especially if you're going up to like the high levels.
No, 100%. In first year, me and my roommate, I remember we played Zombies maybe like, I know we went all night. We were at like some records, like 40, 50, whatever like the crazy levels were. And I remember he's like, we've been playing, it's late. It must be like 5, 6, 7, like AM. We've been going all night. And I'm like, man, we gotta pause. He's like, no, man, we're in the zone. I'm like, we gotta pause. Like, we've been playing all night. And so he's like, all right, we paused. We hopped on the next day after we slept later in the afternoon. We died immediately.
Oh,
yeah.
And he's never let me
up.
live it down. I bet you if you bring up, so Alex Mercolami,
yeah,
if you bring up playing Zombies with me,
yeah,
that's exactly what he'll say. He'll be like, he'll remember it immediately. But so the game I have now is like, it's a battle royale, which means, so it's a shooter game, Call of Duty. Everyone knows Call of Duty. Battle royale means that a bunch of people, and in this case, it's 150 people, jump into the same map. They parachute from an airplane. You land, you pick up guns. And
so it's like a Fortnite concept.
It's exactly like Fortnite, except Fortnite's more of like a video game, arcadey. This is like more like Call of Duty. Like things look a bit more realistic. So you just like roll with your squad. Imagine like your 12-year-old self, if you could have the headsets on and play fucking like, yo, bogey's on the roof. Yo, get your sniper out. Yeah, I'm flanking. Yeah, I'm flanking. He's down. He's down. Like, like your 12-year-old self, that doesn't go away. I'm there right now. I got my boys on the headset. We're dropping in. I never get tired of it. It's been 2 weeks.
It's funny though, because now I feel like everyone's starting to game. Like things are actually crashing because like everyone's online right now.
Yeah.
Like people who don't game just started like picking it up because they're so bored. But we were just playing Settlers of Catan, like board game online with some friends, just like on speakerphone. And even just that, just like shooting the shit while playing a board game online, I was like, oh, I kind of get it. Like imagine this, but like an action game.
An action. So that's what I'm saying. Like I'm not getting tired of it. So my days don't feel the same as you. So I don't get tired of that. And then I take breaks and I sit and I'm like, well, I could go buy food. And I'm like, oh, I have to wait in that like weird grocery store thing. I'm like, for $20, I'd get an extra large pizza, 3 bags of chips, a couple creamy garlic dipping sauces. I got leftovers from my parents' house. I can go scoop at any time. Thaw a whole lasagna. So I've been eating leftovers and pizza And then in terms of what I do in my gaming breaks, I have like a little bit of work to do, like a few emails, a few messages, or sign up for this government EI, do a little bit. So like the 2 or 3 hours that I'm not gaming, I'm occupado. And then when I go to bed, I flip on the YouTube and I watch gamers on fucking YouTube. I'm in the cut.
You watch gamers too, eh?
Man, I'm obsessed. I want to get better. Like I watch the strategies. I figure out what they do. And like I'm actually nasty at video games now. I bought a pro video gaming controller and a headset.
How is that working out for you?
What do you mean? Oh, like all the setup?
Like the new controller and stuff. Like, has it made you a better player?
No, it doesn't make you a better player. Like you do relatively the same, but you can do these like way more nerdy. Like if you were to watch me play now, the speed at which my guy like jumps, ducks, slides around looks like I'm a pro gamer, if that makes sense. Like it doesn't
like
make you
Jason Bourne shit.
Yeah, like it doesn't make you like quicker, or like you still have to know, you still have to have that like practice where you know where guys are, you like know how to like clap their cheeks from like certain angles. But this controller with the buttons on the back lets you do like moves that you couldn't do with the other controller, like run, jump, slide, spin around, or like shit like that. So it makes you like, if you were to watch me play, you'd be like, what the fuck is going on? Like my guy's just like spazzing out, you know?
Can I ask you something?
No.
I saw a meme yesterday,
Mhm.
and it said, I think it was posted on Barstool maybe, and it was like how everyone's gaming career has gone or whatever, and then it was like PS2, Xbox 360, PS4. Is
What about
PS4?
Okay.
Sorry, like which I'm assuming meant that everyone uses PlayStation.
They were
is
just
kinda
trying to
like
make
the way
it.
to go?
They were trying to comment on
Did you
which.
see this?
No, but I'm assuming they're commenting on which system everyone's journey was.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
but like,
but
do
mine
most
was the
people
exact
use?
opposite.
You were the opposite.
Yeah.
Wait, do you use an Xbox right now?
No. So this is the deal. All right. Before we move on from gaming, PlayStation, I think, has always been superior. Xbox was cooler. It was like Xbox was like BlackBerry, and PlayStation was like iPhone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the same people I remember from high school that got like Blackberries and were like social and cool were the same people
Yeah.
on Xbox and Xbox Live. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whereas
Yeah.
if you actually were like just buying something based on its merits, you always ended up with PlayStation. And same with like when I was buying phones based on their merits, I'd get an iPhone. And the joke
That's
was
a good
always
analogy.
on me, because I'd be like, me and like one or two other buddies would be like, oh, what are you going to get? And we like look into it, and we'd buy what we thought was better, what we liked for us. So what that meant is in high school, everyone had BBM, and I'm on an iPhone being like, look how cool this is. Like I got all these apps, and this is dope, and my camera's sick. And they're like, cool, what's your pin? Later, loser. You know what I mean? Like, let's all have a group chat. And I'm like, it doesn't even matter that I have the cooler thing. Same with PlayStation.
Yeah.
I got PlayStation 3 and everyone got Xbox 360. Me and like my one other buddy got PlayStation 3 because we thought it was better. Everyone got 360. 360 sucks ass. Like would crash. You had to put batteries in your controllers. Like so stupid. Like
Oh yeah.
PlayStation 3, you just plugged your controller into a little cable to your PlayStation. It would charge. It was no problems. It never broke. I had it forever. And then when PlayStation 4 came out, same deal. Xbox One came out. It's all my friends are having issues on their Xbox Ones that they just bought. PlayStation's buzzing. PlayStation used to be free online as well. You always had to pay for the Xbox Live.
Can I play the same Call of Duty on PS3 that you're playing right now, or do I need a PS4?
No, you need a PS4. And PS4 has been out for like 5 years. They're gonna come out with PS5 like in like a year.
Oh, PS3 is that old.
PS3 is that old. So
I'm sort of the loop.
the only reason I did have the Xbox instead of PlayStation 2, because I actually think the Xbox was dope. It had Halo, if you remember.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
This is
Halo.
when games.
People loved Halo.
This is when like you would get a system just to play a certain game,
Mm-hmm.
and like I got an Xbox just to play Halo, and I like the Xbox controller better.
That was for me was the thing was Xbox versus PlayStation controller. Xbox felt better. But yeah, this is my gaming evolution. It was NES,
Wow, you're old.
Super NES,
Wow.
PlayStation, N64,
What? That's it.
and then
you
360.
regressed. Oh, I had PlayStation 1 too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was. I mean, it was fun.
it-
I wanted to play
I had
Goldeneye.
Atari and I had Atari too.
Oh,
Like you know that classic one.
yeah, that's super old.
Like whatever. Anyway, like it was the same thing. Now all my boys went out and got Xbox Ones for some reason, but you're allowed now to play. I can play with them. They can play with me as long as you have the same games.
Hmm.
They don't block you from playing with each other anymore. PlayStation, PCs, Xbox. So yeah, it doesn't matter anymore.
Smart.
Smart.
Trav, moving on to another topic.
Yeah.
Do you remember last episode or 2 weeks ago, maybe, I mentioned how with the pandemic, you know, like there might be thefts, like, you know, with these
Yeah.
museums closing down and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if you were following the news, but
Unless
yesterday,
the news comes through Call of Duty, I'm not following it.
yesterday in a Dutch museum, a Van Gogh was stolen.
Wow.
Like yesterday morning, I'm like, wow, like I've called that a couple weeks ago.
Yesterday in a Dutch oven, a Van Gooch was licked. He did.
That's wild.
It
Yeah.
sounded like a setup for a dirty joke. Didn't even know the Dutch had museums.
But
Did
Yeah.
did they give any details? Was it like Ocean's 11 style, or did some guy just kick the
They just
door?
walked in.
no,
No
apparently
one's here.
they just broke the window and like stole this late night Van Gogh, and it's on the black market now.
It's on the dark web.
How much do you think it
or
costs?
wherever they do
Wherever
it.
these
I
things
don't know
get sold. I
Yeah, I don't
guess, man. I don't
how
think.
much it's valued at, but
Yeah, like any museum that you can steal something that easily deserves to be burglared.
Burglared. Yeah.
burglared. Yeah. Little
Burgled.
wake up call.
Burgled. But yeah, let's good call. You definitely called it. No one can rob us though, because I'm literally living at home 24/7, sitting right by the front door.
I can think of a burglar is like scoping out the house. Is like, all right, I think that this block
When they
is,
leave, I'll hit it.
yeah, like I haven't seen much action here for like 2 weeks.
He's always in the chair in the front.
Or not even that. They can't see inside, so they think it's vacant, and they bust in. And you're just sitting there.
There was a guy walking up and down our street last week on the phone, talking really loud, just pacing up and down our street. And I really didn't like how the whole time he was doing that, he was looking towards the homes, right?
Yeah.
Which I thought was weird. And I'm sitting there, I'm eating, what was I eating? I was eating a bowl of porridge. And I'm standing in the front window and I watch this guy walk by. And he's just like walking back and forth, but always facing the homes. And he's talking so loud and he's yelling at somebody. That's why I'm looking at him, not because I thought he was going to burglar. And then I thought it was really weird that finally, like, he looked into my window
Mhm.
and I'm like, can he see me? Like, he'd have to like really be trying to look into homes to see me. And then we lock eyes and I don't break because I'm like, what is he doing? Right.
Mhm.
And then he stares and then he looks a little bit closer and then he realizes it's a person. And then he keeps walking and he doesn't come back by.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, that guy's scoping out homes. For sure.
Yeah.
Why would he do that?
Yeah. Well, why was he talking so loud though?
Maybe to
protect-
see
What
who's
was he
home.
talking about?
He was yelling at somebody. He's like, "Yo, fuck this, man! Like, yeah, fuck that! Like, blah blah." Just some like, honestly, I don't know, some stupid guy shit. Like,
Okay.
I'm like, oh, some idiots outside.
So it wasn't like a professional.
No, maybe
burglar.
that's a move. Maybe it's see who's home. See who like, you know what I mean? Comes to the windows.
Oh.
I don't know.
Ah, actually, that'd be pretty smart. I thought it was the crackhead service fucking.
No,
opposite,
he
but
looked.
that would make sense.
Anyway, but yeah, they could burglar us, but they would have to get into an absolute fight to the death with me because I'm ready to go.
I feel like now would be pretty. Or I can see businesses like stealing stuff there, but houses like everyone's home. Like, they'd be pretty.
Yeah,
pretty.
but no, some people go away. I don't know, like some people quarantine, like with.
Oh, true. Yeah.
You know, you never know.
Yeah.
Speaking of fights in this area and crackheads, I don't think I've told the story on the podcast yet of the fight I almost got in at the Pizza.
Yeah.
With the homeless guy. Oh,
Mhm.
something in my eye. It's gonna look like I'm crying while I'm telling the story, but believe me,
It's okay,
nothing but
it's
joy
okay,
is
man.
coming to my mind when I think back to this. There's a Pizza at the end of our street. We live right by a subway station. We live by a shelter. So there's a lot of homeless guys in our hood, and a lot of them are fucked up on drugs, like unfortunately, or booze. They're just out of control. Not all of them. There's there's guys that actually, there's regulars that have their spots. We usually drop some stuff to them, say what up. They're nice. I'll
Yeah, it's funny when you have people in your neighborhood. You're like, they're a little crazy, but like I get them. Like,
they're nice.
They're
Yeah,
our guy.
yeah, it's all
Yeah.
good. But the odd time, and it's rare because I guess they kind of maybe self-regulate who hangs out where. But the odd time someone like aggressive comes through, and they always go to this Pizza at the end of our block, and we're pretty tight with the lady that works there because we go there all the time, and we chat with her, and she's actually a G. She hooks us up with an absolute deal. What is
Yeah,
it? Two slices of anything?
2 slices for $5.
Of anything on the menu.
One slice
And a,
costs
and a-
$4.
and a sauce.
and a dipping sauce,
Yeah,
which would normally cost $10-$12 all in.
yeah. Because one slice is like four something sometimes.
$4 or $5. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
I don't understand how this is a
Depending.
deal.
Anyway, the
Ball
point is
out
she
for one
likes
of
us.
them
She's willing to
deluxe
fucking.
slices.
She's willing to go against company rules just to hook the boys up. We always chat with her. She lives up
Yeah.
the street with us, so we're like neighbors too. One Friday night, I'm in pajamas. It's like the one Friday night don't go out, and I'm hanging at home, and I'm like, you know what? I could fucks with a little $5 double slice combo wombo. I roll in looking like a bum to this Pizza, and I see my girl, and I'm like, oh yes, I know I'm gonna get my $5 slice. So I'm smiling, and I'm like, what's up? And
What's up, Pizza Mama?
yeah, what's up,
Let's go.
Pizza Mama? And she's not happy. And I'm like, whoa, like, what's going on? Immediately, I want to know. And I'm like, what's going on? And she's like, oh, it's just been an awful night. This guy has just been harassing me. And I'm thinking like this guy has come and went the way she's talking about him. She's like, oh, this guy has been harassing me, saying all this awful stuff and been ruining my night. And I'm like, what an asshole. Like, yeah. And she's like, yeah, and now he's asleep on that table behind you. And I'm like, what? And I turn around and there's a guy right behind me. He's, cracked out. This guy is bald, but like with like chunks of hair still on his head, with hair extensions clipped to all these chunks, with like big hair clips. He's got blonde hair extensions coming out of his. I mean, one of the weirdest looks
Just
you
a
can.
creature.
One of the weirdest looks you can get, and normally you'd be like apathetic, or not apathetic. Normally you'd be like sympathetic to these people, maybe mental health, whatever. But this guy wakes up after this girl's talking about him really loud, and he gets up and he starts going, "Fuck you, whore! You cunt! I will fucking kill you! You're such a fuck you, whore!" Like the worst things. I can't even recreate how bad of things. By the way, he's right behind me, and he's talking to the girl on the other side of the thing, and I'm in between them. Like, what do I do? Right? What do I do? And now I look around the Pizza. There's other people in the Pizza. They are at all corners of this Pizza. And I'm like, okay, this has been going on. This isn't. And so she's like, just ignore him. Like, order. So I'm trying to order. I can't order because he's nonstop, saying awful stuff. And I'm starting to get like the thought in my mind of like, what do I do? right? Like, what does a normal guy do?
This pizza needs a hero.
Yeah, this fucking. They need a fucking hero.
This guy's terrorizing this pizza.
I can't-
This is my home.
Yeah, and he comes up to the counter right beside me, and he's literally yelling in her face. And something about his hair extensions and the situation, I couldn't stop laughing. And I'm trying to order, and I'm getting like some deep, like uncontrollable, like chuckles. I'm trying to stop because he's saying some funny stuff. You know my humor. You know what I mean? Like he's saying like weird things, like just like things that would make you laugh, like he would say like crusty vagina or something. Like he was just saying like weird stuff, right? And his hair extensions, I'm laughing. He's now like starting to notice me. Before, like I was invisible to him, but I'm like trying to not to make eye contact. Anyway, he sits down, he puts his head down, and there's a father and a daughter in the pizza. The father comes up to the counter and he goes, "Can I get mine to go?" And the lady's like, "Of course you can." Right? Like they want to get out of here. And he's like, "Yeah, I'll just get it to go." And as he's walking away from the counter, the homeless guy pops up his head and he's like, "Who the fuck said get this guy to go? Who said get me to go?" And I see the dad look absolutely like poop in his pants, scared. He was not like one of those dads that could like fuck people up. He was like, you know what I mean? He wasn't like, dad's strength like would kill this homeless guy.
Like dad's strength kind of skip this guy.
He was like, yeah, dad's strength missed him. He was more like my dad's, no offense, Kevin, but like a software engineer. You know what I mean? Like, so I can see he's scared. I'm having a moment because the dad is behind the homeless man, and the homeless man put his head up and he's now looking back towards my direction at the counter, and he's yelling, "Who the fuck said it? I'll kill you. I'll kill you." And I get that feeling in my stomach, and I just go, "I said it." I mean, this guy didn't miss a beat. He went from "I said it" to charging me full steam immediately. I'm in a fight. Now I'm in a fight. Like it couldn't have happened. It wasn't like you said it, I'm going to kill you, and like me get to prepare. It was like he just starts charging me. I have a very small amount of self-defense training. I did a 10-week Krav Maga course. Krav Maga is not a subdue someone type of martial art. It is a inflict maximum damage martial art. My first move, the only move I know, is to drive the palm of my hand into the bridge of their nose, which will break their nose, destroy
which may kill them.
Which may kill them if hit hard enough. And like the next two moves are literally like palm of the nose, like kick them in the knee or groin, and then when they're down, elbow them, stomp them out. Like that's the base level. I'm serious. That's base level Krav Maga. Step one is actually to try to back away to get out of there. Put up your fence, which is just putting your palms out. Rob, you remember all this?
Oh, yeah.
It's amazing how training actually does kick in a crisis, because I didn't have time to think. He charged me. Immediately, my fence goes up, and he's coming right at me, and I'm backing up, and I know that there's a wall behind me, because that's Krav Maga's like, know your exits, know where, whatever. And all I can think of as he's charging me, because this happens in maybe 2-3 seconds. It's funny how much you can process in 2 or 3 seconds. All I can think of to say is, "I will kill you." That's all I can think of. Nothing else came to my mind. Nothing like, "Hey, back up, back up." It's he's charging me. My fence goes up, and I go, "I'll kill you. I'll kill you." That's all I could say. And so he's coming at me. I get as far back as I can, and all I can think of is I'm going to drive my palm into this guy's face as hard as I can. Like that's the only thought going through my head as I'm yelling, "I'll kill you." And I'm charging up, and he's coming at me. And at the last second, he pump fakes his head. He gets within striking distance, and he pumps his head in, and he goes, "Ugh." I swear to God, I was shaking. My legs were going, if you're looking on the camera, my legs were fucking, I had so much adrenaline going through my body that I was actually like shaking, and it was embarrassing. Yeah. And he pump fakes me, and I go, "Oh my God." I literally let out like a a verbal like release of what the fuck just happened. And I go, step back or I'll kill you. I will literally kill you. That's all I can think of to say. He and me circle like stage or like cage fighter style for maybe 10 minutes. And he's like, I'll kill you, man. I'll fuck you up. You think you're so tough? And I'm like, hey, dude, I was like, any closer and I will kill you. That's all I can say. Any closer and I will kill you.
You're still being so polite. Like, good sir, please stay away.
Well, I'm calling him sir. I don't know what else to call him. Hey, fuck. Hey, fuck you, dude. I'm trying not to incite him. 10 minutes, we circle each other. After the first few minutes, I realize he pump fakes me. By the way, he's pump faking me every couple minutes. So he is keeping me on my toes. Anytime I let my guard down, he pumps me again. I'm like, yo, fucking back up, dude.
You're getting your pizza order in and he comes.
I was mixing in my pizza order because after a while I realized that he didn't want no smoke. And lucky because all I'm thinking, and this is like one of the saddest thoughts I had as like a person, I felt really bad, was that all I could think of was, I don't want to touch him. You know what I'm saying? It's not that I was worried for my safety. I had size on him. I'm as sober as a gopher. He's fucked out of his tree. Could I end his life? Yeah, easily. Did I want to touch him? No. And I talked to Cam about this after, because Cam we've had on the podcast. We all know Cam. He's huge into jiu-jitsu and martial arts. And I was telling him the story, and he was like, yeah, sounds like you handled it okay. He's like, yeah, no, I understand not wanting to touch him. You know, like if you break skin, you know, it's blood on blood. It's actually, it's a risk. He's like, what I would have done is I would have done this, like he like explained a kick type to me.
I'm picturing like the Sparta kick.
But he was like, this type of kick. And I'm like, yeah. I was like, but I don't really have the flexibility to get it up. He's like, he basically said I kick him in the chest. And I'm like, I couldn't do that. And he's like, oh, well, it's actually funnier. If you kick him in the pelvic area, he'll shit himself. He's like, you drive a good kick to the pelvic area and they'll shit themselves. I'm like, how do you know that, first of all? But anyway, we circle for 10 minutes. I managed to get my pizza order in while circling. My legs never stopped shaking. And I was so embarrassed by it because like, my legs are...
I'm just surprised why didn't this woman call the police?
That's what I'm saying. You know? They didn't call the cops. And I kept saying, do you want to call the cops? And she's like, no, he's okay. He's okay. And a guy walked into the store while this was happening. I didn't even notice. I was tunnel vision on this guy. And he's like, I called the cops like immediately. He's like, don't worry. He's like, I called the cops like the second I walked in and saw this. So yeah, this happened for 10 minutes. Eventually, I just kept circling him, saying, any closer and I'll kill you. Like, get out of here, get out of here, get out of here. And then eventually, he went outside, and he started harassing people outside the pizza. And when that happened, the dad came up, and he was like, thank you. He's like, thanks for doing that. Underneath my PJs, my legs are still shaking. I'm extremely...
Did he slide you a 20 or something?
No, he didn't slide me shit.
Your pizza's on me.
I'm shaking, and I'm trying to play it off cool. Like, I'm not just, like, absolutely terrified. And I was like, yeah, man, no problem. I wasn't worried. It wasn't a big deal. I was more worried about him. You know, like he clearly is not right in the head. And I really didn't want to add any trauma to that. So I'm just happy everyone's okay. And I go to the lady and my friend, and I'm like, you want me to stick around? Do you want me to hang out till the cops get here? Because I will. If you need me to look out for you. I wanted to get the fuck out of there. I wanted nothing more to be out of there to stop my legs from shaking. And she's like, I think you're okay. A security guard from the building next door walked in, and he's like, you guys good? And we're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, I'll get out of here. I took my pizza, walked out, got out of there, got home, and was just like, had an adrenaline dump. Like I was depleted. Like nothing left in the system. Wild. You said that you got in a road rage or a bike rage with somebody and you started shaking uncontrollably too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, probably not to the same extent, like sort of interaction that you had, but Kev, I don't know if I told you this story, but
no, I want to hear.
I've finished I finished a shift, and I was subwaying uptown to go want to meet one of my friends, and she was gonna pick me up at the subway station, and I was a little hangry. I was a little just like agitated from work. I don't know. I just worked a bit of a grind of a shift, and I was like hungry, and I was like, fuck. Like I had a little bit of energy in me, and I get off the subway, and I'm at Lawrence Station, and I got my headphones in. I'm walking up the street, and and I guess there was some biker on the sidewalk, and as I'm walking along the sidewalk, I guess he was trying to pass me or whatever, and I wasn't really paying attention and was in his way. So eventually he sort of like scooted around me, and I saw him, like, because I couldn't hear anything, right? So and I saw him turning back and opening his mouth, and I just had it in me. So I pulled out my earphone, and I was like, "Fuck, did you just say?" It's like, "Fuck." I sort of stepped to him a little bit. I was like, "You got something to say?" I don't know, just this rage came out of me, and then he came back. He's like, started spewing all this nonsense. He's like, "I'll fuck you up," like, as he's biking away and stuff. And we're going at it with each other as he's biking away. And then and I was like, fuck, like, just come pick me up soon. I was like, I just want to get away from this guy. And I was like, because I was trying to track down Steph, and this guy is like kind of following me down still, and he's like still yelling stuff at me. But it was the same kind of adrenaline rush. Like I badly wanted to, I wanted to like sort of ensue and like get in this guy's face and potentially fuck him up in some way. But also I'm always thinking of repercussions.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck, but like, what if I like just like hurt myself badly?
Yeah.
Or what if what if I do something here that like, then there's just like an issue that I have to deal with afterwards, as opposed to me just like going on with my night and not having to deal with
only getting a
any
fight
of this
you can
nonsense,
win.
right?
Yeah. Or even if you do fuck him up, then you're like,
Yeah, then
What
you
if
have an assault.
yeah, the cop comes by, just sees
Yeah.
you fucking up some guy on a bike.
It's a lose-lose. There's literally
It is a
the
lose.
only reason you should ever fight is to protect yourself, and only if you literally
Yeah.
can't run away.
Yeah. Well, I
Uh,
suppose like you train fighters like
but-
Cam, they're always trying to avoid it, like, at all costs.
Yeah.
And then if you have to, then it's there.
But it is kind of
They
fun,
fought enough
just
to.
egging guys on. Like,
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah.
like people that'll get agitated by
Well, the
that.
thing is-
Remember when we were in the car?
Oh my god, we got in that road rage.
Yeah, that one guy.
Yo, but we actually perfectly handled this road
What's
rage.
this one?
Oh, it's just I drive with a certain I drive a certain way where if you don't let me in, fuck you. I think that's fair. Cuz
Just lead with your car.
I don't drive aggressively. I don't try to get around people. I don't try to fuck. I let people in. I drive fairly. And sometimes that means being not in the stupid lane with everybody else, going through a few lights and then getting in when it's appropriate. And a lot of times that will involve someone cutting me, not wanting me in, and me going, "Okay, asshole," and then I nose in. I'm like, "Hit me, bitch."
Yeah.
Because like, fuck you. And the odd time, I guess, yeah, someone gets real angry. I get the middle finger a fair amount. And it doesn't. I don't usually get the rage. But what happened this one time, Rob? Why did we get so? No, we handled it perfectly because he was enraged.
This guy was trying to edge in on us,
and we
I think.
were handling it perfectly. We were not enraged. We were like,
Yeah, and we were laughing at him because the way the way
he got fucked.
the cars lined up. Yeah, he kind of got fucked behind these stopped cars, and then we happened to be stopped directly next to him with our windows down, and this guy was just yelling out his window saying all this bullshit, and me and Trevor just kind of laughing.
I was like, "Oh, you'll fuck us up?"
Like,
yeah.
oh,
I was like, "Why don't
egging
you
him
pop
on.
out so
Yeah.
we can kill you, dude? We'll fucking end your life 2-on-1." He's like, "I'll fuck you guys up." I'm like, "Get out of your minivan and fuck us up then, dude."
And And then we were joking about how, like 5 minutes later, we kind of forgotten about it, and that guy probably went home
100%.
and
He
beat his wife or something.
100%. The best move, and this works in video games, it works in road rage as well. Start off calm. So we started off calm. We're like, oh yeah, you're gonna fuck us up. Oh, that's great, man. That's sick. That's sick. Oh, you got kind of cut off back there. I think we're gonna turn before, and then you flick the switch. The best way is to flick the switch right at the end and be like, I'll fucking kill you. I will fuck you up. And they don't see it coming, and you yell over whatever they say, and they always feel like they lost because they know that they look stupid while you're being calm. And then when things got heated, you got more heated than them, quicker than them, so they can't get up to your level.
The slow play.
It's a slow play.
Yeah.
It works perfectly in video games. You have
to these 13-year-olds.
Honestly, I haven't been playing with any kids. It's adults. It's so weird. I don't think parents
all adults,
let their kids play Call of Duty.
Oh, okay.
It's
It's probably better for in terms of chirping purposes.
yeah, no, because it's really all adults.
What do you guys got on the schedule for tonight? Try
No, I
a
gotta
game.
edit. Well, okay, so I
Order
still have
pizza,
some
maybe?
work. Like, I'm gonna edit
yeah.
this whole podcast. It'll take me 2 or 3 hours. Are you gonna fall asleep before we put it out tonight, or
No, I'll be up.
you sure? Because last time it was 10:30 when I texted you and you were already out cold.
Yeah, what's the
I know.
the
Yeah, that was
the
an early one.
Davidson lights out? Like, what's the curfew?
Bedtime for bonzos.
Oh, everyone goes to bed around like 9.
Whoa.
10-ish.
Freaks.
Yeah.
3:30 last night.
Yeah.
Fell asleep with the lights on.
but I mean, I stay up a little bit later. I've been watching Ozark. Been getting back into
yeah.
Ozark.
I like that one.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Keeping me occupied with some TV. But yeah, everyone goes to bed super early here. So like, I'm just kind of forced to follow suit many nights.
No one's forcing you, man.
I don't know. My sleep schedule, it's kind of
Stay
whack
up as late
right
as you
now.
want.
And there's no like, you're not getting tired of being with your family or nothing like that. It's like you can just do this.
Not the Davidson clan.
No.
No.
It's like,
No,
amazing.
everyone
They're
gets
the most
along so
easygoing
well.
people.
yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Me and my family we're you know how I am, kind of a lot to handle a little bit. Imagine a family of those. My mom and me are very similar, but she's just, that like mom crazy that moms have in the best way, but like every conversation is a conversation to try to change me
Yeah.
out of love, but I go nuts at home. And my dad is more chill, but he's in it too. He's in it too. It's him and I v my mom. My mom will be like, you change. You, sir, you change as well. And him and me are like, I have the luxury of dipping back here, and he doesn't. So
Don't leave me,
cheers
son.
to you, my good
Yeah,
family.
he has the luxury. He has the luxury of dipping into his
Well,
white
it
wine.
makes you a better person. Like, I'm only a good human because of her, right? Like, but it never feels good. You know what I mean? It always hits a boiling point, especially at my age, right? Like at 27, I'm like, maybe it's just time to let me ride.
You did your job, Mom.
You did your job. Whatever tools I got now, let's just see how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
That's what I was laughing about mostly when this thing started, because you know the meme that's like when it turns out that what's it called, self-isolation was your lifestyle all along, or whatever. Like it's like I was already living this life at home sort of thing, so it wasn't too big of an adjustment, but no.
All in all, really hasn't hit us here that hard. I think people are doing a really good job isolating. I did go for a run yesterday for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Only because my body's atrophying, and so I had to. But everyone gets out of your way.
Yeah, big wide berth.
Wide berths, 6
All right.
feet. Everyone's got masks. Everyone gets out of your way, or you get out of their way. People are doing a pretty good job from what I can see.
This is my only beef though with the whole stay home campaign, because it's like good in theory, like, oh yeah, like don't go out for things if you don't need them kind of thing. But when it's just a blanket statement of stay home, obviously you need to go out sometimes to get things. So there's like that breaks that rule.
Mm-hmm.
And also like you need to go for a walk or something
Yeah,
once
you
in
need
a
to
while.
go bike over to your girlfriend's and clap cheeks. right?
Exactly. Yeah. So like I think it needs to be more like explosive. Like, okay, you can go out for a
You
jog.
can go for a cheek clapping.
Stay home, but go for a cleave jacking.
Well, yeah,
Cleave
yeah, but they're trying to like they're just trying to make it as tight as possible so people won't kind of bend the rules in any way, because I even saw that they've restricted get-togethers to 5 people.
Yeah.
You can get together with
Yeah,
5
That's
people.
what I'm saying. Like, I've been
I've been
confused
alone.
with that. Yeah.
I
This
was
whole
alone
time.
for the majority of the weekend.
Trav's been isolating better than
Yeah.
anyone out there.
If
But even then, like, they're starting to hand out these big fines that they're talking about and stuff, right?
Yeah, like the $5,000 thing.
you know what's funny
Yeah.
is I've been isolating for 2 weeks, a lot of times completely alone, when Kev is at his girlfriend's, and I bet you I'm gonna get one of these fines somehow. I'm gonna like do one thing in like the next month. And
You
get
didn't
a
see the
5
news about the parks or
is
something?
I don't see the news. I didn't even know parks were closed. I went for a run yesterday, and only
Yeah.
the fact that I was feeling like I was gonna puke stopped me from going through Cedarvale Park.
I think you can run through it though, or bike through
Well,
it.
yeah, you can go through them. It's just, I think it's like the playground equipment. You're not
Yeah, but-
allowed
Yeah.
to use.
Who's to say I wouldn't have got the urge to go do a couple pull-ups?
Yeah, I could see you doing that.
I can totally see me doing that.
Well, I think a lot of them are roped off with
I'm
caution
like sick
tape.
rope. Let
right
me
now.
hop this. No, I'm
Oh, what
kidding.
is this a
Is this exercise
crime
rope?
scene? No.
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. But that's what I can see. I can see them like imposing some regulation. Me not knowing, being like absolutely isolating properly, going outside and getting like a 5-rack fine, taking away the entire government subsidy that hopefully I can get. If I don't get that, I'm in trouble too. But I'm not gonna pay rent this month. I don't think.
Yeah. Don't tell anybody we're not paying rent.
Yeah, don't tell anyone though. Hopefully, shh. Anything else? Well, the
anything
only other
else?
thing I had was a quick note. This is another thing everyone may know that I only learned 3-4 weeks ago, is you can't mix Benadryl with alcohol.
You want to tell that story?
Well, like it's not much. It's not a long story, but I don't know if everyone knew that. Did you guys know that? It's not like common knowledge.
Well, I sort of knew that, a lot of those meds you're not really supposed to drink with, but like I didn't know to what extent they affect you and their different effects.
Even my parents
when
didn't know
combined with
that.
alcohol.
So if my mom doesn't know it, as far as I know, it's not common household knowledge.
Yeah. I just know Benadryl like fucks you up, makes you drowsy. And
I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
So I've never really had an allergic reaction. I've never, like, other than I have allergies. I'm allergic. I used to be allergic to. I grew out of mine. Anyway, I'm allergic to dust, horses, cats, and dogs. I grew out of all those allergies. So I never really had to take antihistamines, but definitely never had to take a Benadryl.
Mhm.
Now that I'm thinking back to it, I was so drunk, so I didn't really remember this, but on the 26-person bachelor party in Austin, Texas, the very first night, one of the guys had a massive allergic reaction to something. His face swelled up. He took a Benadryl. I didn't really remember this, but he had the most fucked night. Like,
On the drill.
he was on the drill. He didn't get let into the club. He got separated from the group and wandered around Austin for 6 hours. He was wearing my sunglasses the whole time. He had cuts and bruises all over him. His only recollection was almost getting jumped, beat up for peeing outside. Apparently in the States, peeing outside is a big no-no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that when I was in Nashville.
It's not like
too.
Canada. It's like a big
People
no-no.
made a
And
note
like
of it to be like, don't get caught.
citizens
doing
don't
that.
like it. It's not just like cops don't like it. Like, it's offensive to the people that live there.
Hmm.
He didn't know that because we pee outside all the time.
Yeah.
And if we see someone peeing outside, we're like, all right, hopefully the cop doesn't see him. No, in the States, like, so he got,
Nothing
Nothing
better than peeing
Facts.
outside.
you see that meme where it's like in the quarantine, it's like, but he's peeing outside still. And it's like, I forget which actor it is, but the actor's like got his head back and like anyway, fuck it. So he had a fuck night. I forgot that. We go to my cottage. I get a bite on my hand.
No, they set it up where we're hanging out. Trav sees a little spider on his hand, and he's like, "Oh!" And then the girls are all like kill it or whatever.
Yeah.
They're freaking out.
It's so
And he's
much
Travis
more
like, oh no,
embarrassing.
no, the spiders are good. Like I've always learned they're good for you. They eat all the other bugs in the house. So he like nicely releases that onto the window. It's like, there you go, little guy, whatever.
The
And then-
spider was the size of like a screw top, like maybe like 3-4 millimeters
Yeah.
across. It was tiny, and it wasn't on my hand. It was right beside my hand.
Oh yeah.
My hand was on the table, and I see the spider beside it, and I go, "Oh, a spider!" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm just gonna relocate it." So I pick it up and I put it on the windowsill. The girls are like, "Whoa, kill it!" And I'm being all fucking Steve Irwin over here,
Yeah.
and I'm like, "No, spiders are okay. You really got to let them ride." More embarrassing, like Kevin said, when 10 minutes later my hand has a lump and my eye is swelling up. It bit me, obviously, before.
They don't bite humans.
Yeah.
And I was saying that. I was like, none of them are venomous. It really doesn't matter. So, yeah, my hand's swelling up. My eye's swelling up. And I'm like, is there something on my face? Can you guys see that? My face is like tingling.
And Trav keeps asking that, and we're like, no,
yeah,
you're
everyone's
crazy,
like, relax.
whatever.
I'm like, okay.
Uh,
And then finally, like, my eye's like closing a little bit and it's like red. I'm like, what about now? And they're like, yep, we got it.
What the fuck?
So I call my mom and I'm like, normally, this is normal me. Ride things out as long as I can. Never take pills. Hangovers, headaches, anything.
Oh yeah.
It's
I'm the same
stupid
way.
because I always end up taking a Tylenol. And I ride it out for too long for no reason. And I'm like, you know what? In this case, I'm going to do something different for a change. I'm swelling up. Why don't I just get ahead of it? I'll just take the Benadryl.
Mm.
Yeah. You know, I had a girl up at the cottage that we were like, I hardly knew. I didn't want to swell up the first night. So,
Come here.
so I call my mom and I'm like, do we have Benadryl? And she's like, yep, it's in this cupboard. I'm like, cool. I've already had a few drinks. It's cool to drink a Benadryl, right? And she's like, yeah, absolutely. For sure. People take antihistamines all the time. Like day to day. I'm like, yeah, you're right. People have allergies. People with allergies don't just not drink. So I was like, it's all good. Take the Benadryl. Keep drinking. About 5-10 minutes goes by. Someone mentions it. They're like, oh, I didn't know you could drink on that. And I was like, yeah, you can. My mom said it. And I pick up the package. And on the back of the package, it's like a hardcore warning that like this is absolutely unacceptable to be drinking and taking. And I'm like, oh, packages always hit that shit though, right? I Google it. You know how sometimes you Google something like that and like a forum pops up and there's always a guy that's like, I do it all the time and I'm fine. It's all good. We do it all the time. It's just overreacting. So you usually like, this is for anything. Like Google anything hardcore, like taking, like Adderall, cocaine, alcohol, and caffeine at the same time. Some guy will be like, I do it all the time. I'm great. I Googled this one. There was no, I do it all the time. There was no, this
Yeah, no,
works out.
definitely don't do that.
There was a bunch of warnings. Like I had such an awful night. I passed out. I couldn't talk. Somebody's like, I had to call the ambulance. A bunch of like articles were like, if you drink enough and take enough Benadryl, you can die. It'll stop your your ticker, your respiratory system, all that stuff. So I'm like, oh, okay. Like this is the first night at my cottage I'm hosting.
4 White Claws
I'm
deep.
4 claws at least deep. And
Yeah.
I immediately went through 4 hours of the most hardcore drowsiness I've ever experienced. Like hardcore, man. And I'm entertaining. I've this, as I said, this girl here. She was on the podcast a few weeks ago, Tatum.
I would have been so sheets.
Dude. And this is so I start Googling it and it's like it's got a half-life of 4 hours. So it's halfway to your system at 4 hours. It's at its peak after 2 hours or something like that. So I'm like, if I can just make it to 2 hours, I know the rest of my night is. So I spent 2 hours in a vortex. Like literally, like my eyes felt like lead weights. I'm trying to be a part of the party. Guests are arriving because I'm hosting at my cottage. I'm like, welcome, I'm on Benadryl. And I'm like just in a fucking, my reality was altered. So I just wanted to put a PSA out there. Benadryl, alcohol, not a good time. Not even like a fun, like, oh, I was so fucked. Not a good time. I fought it the entire night. But if you make it through the 4 hours, which I did, I was buzzing after that. It's like if you can push through that 4 hours, I stayed up till 2-3 a.m. Party the whole night was just absolutely on point.
Yeah, I remember you we were playing games. You were winning every single round of Quiplash and whatnot.
Something happened, man.
It's like the new Quaalude. You just gotta stay awake.
New ludes. You just gotta stay awake. It takes 4 hours though, and I also took the maximum adult dose, so maybe you could tone it.
Oh yeah,
Maybe
that'll
you could
get
tone
you.
it down a bit. And I was drinking Claws malt liquor, so.
It worked out in your favor though. I kept drinking while you were kind of toned it down during the drill, and I had the worst hangover I ever had the next day, and had to go snowboard all day.
Kevin, you were hurting the next day. Also,
bad.
There's Rob. I ate big time shit doing the snowcross course at the hill the next day when we were snowboarding.
Oh yeah.
And Tatum caught it on her disposable camera, and
Yeah.
Kevin fucking with his big ass unit blocked it in the still. It's him just going normal, and all you can see behind him is me about to eat absolute shit midair. But Kev took the entire frame.
So selfish.
So selfish of him. It's me like you could see me
selfish prick.
almost going
It's
inverted.
like a photo finish.
It's like a photo finish. I'm like, my legs are above my head. My arms are out. I'm about 3 feet off the ground because it was over like a little roller jump, and I just caught an edge. So not happy with that, Kev. Never coming back.
Nope. Never. Sir Sam's never again.
Too bad there's no video.
I know. That's a problem with these disposable cameras. You get a great effect, but you don't have that live feature. You can choose any frame you want.
Yeah.
In fact, I could probably have edited Kevin out and like emulated the background with modern day technology. You know what I mean?
You think iPhones can do that, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, should have got me to film it.
Yeah, you know what? Next time, I can eat shit again next year. It happens almost every time I do anything. So I'm known to eat some shit. Did you follow it all that day, Kev?
I fell a few
You're a
times.
shit eater.
Kev eats shit too.
Yeah, I was giving her.
Kev-
Snowboard cross, yeah, even. Yeah.
Because Kev was doing Kev's a decent snowboarder. He was doing like jibs, little butters, like every little kicker, and then the odd time he would just explode. So, but Rob, on skis, I feel like I skied for 5 years without falling once.
Yeah, very rarely. I fall.
Snowboards, you eat shit.
They're a little more tricky. You get a little good tricks going.
Yeah, you get a little more like.
Yeah,
And also,
A little,
a little
English.
easier to.
I grew up skiing, and I
faceplant
only
stuff.
picked up snowboarding at 17, and I've been doing it since 17, so for about 10 years. So I'm just like, I just am not nearly as good at snowboarding as I was skiing, and I'm like an adult now, and it's like hard to get better at things, especially
know.
when you go once or
You're
twice
supposed
a
to
year.
be good at things when you're an adult. Like you're supposed to look good.
Yeah, whereas if I were to go back to skis, I'm probably still better than snowboarding, but I'd be way worse than what I was, and it makes me not want to go back to skis too. But I don't know. Skis, there's nothing better when you're good at skis. You can just go as fast. When you're confident on skis, there's no speed limit that's too fast, especially in a straight line.
Mm-hmm.
And those airs, like those roller airs, like down a hill, nothing beats that. On a snowboard, every time you leave the ground, it's sketchy.
Yeah.
Every time. 1 foot of air, 5 feet of air, 10 feet of air, it's always sketchy. I don't know why. And going straight is sketchy. Do you agree, Kev? Just going straight, flat.
Yeah. We always need flat. You always need an edge or side.
But in snowcross, you need to go straight.
Mm-hmm.
So in snowcross, it's like riding a bike through sand. You know that feeling of lack of control? That's a snowboard. But on the alternate side, the reason I don't give it up is because there is no better feeling than carving on a snowboard, eh?
Yeah.
Especially when there's powder and it's soft. Dude, I wouldn't trade that. It's like surfing, Rob. You'd be so into snowboarding in good conditions.
I used to
I
snowboard.
did not know that.
Yeah. I used to snowboard. I grew up
What?
doing it. I just I
News
don't
to me.
and I
You still tell me anything.
I don't go enough anymore. I grew out of my snowboard, and then I was like, fuck, maybe I'll just get a pair of skis, and because that's what my family does. So I'm like, Just join
because
the
he's
clan or
rich.
whatever, and it's
Yeah,
just easy
not
to
everyone's
go.
as rich as you.
You ski when you're rich.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. See, I got poorer as I got older.
I do feel that though, like skiing versus snowboarding, it does change your personality. Like I grew up snowboarding, learned to ski in elementary school because they wouldn't let us snowboard because it was because I'm super old. It was still
That
illegal
is
then.
fucking wild.
Yeah, no, it'd be like a ski trip and they're like, you have to ski. I'm like, well, I know how to snowboard. I don't know how to ski. Like it's too dangerous to snowboard. Like
What?
that is, I'm
Yeah.
in grade 7. That makes no sense to me, but whatever. But I learned how to ski at least. But then just getting a little bored of Ontario hills, like now rented some skis.
Yeah, that's why I switched too.
Yeah, well, just like rented us some skis a few years ago, and automatically I felt like I was just like networking with people, just like.
How's the Johnson files?
Yeah. How's the Dow Jones doing?
Yeah, my
But,
dad recently sold his company for $3 million. Actually, yeah, we're doing really great.
Yeah.
That's funny.
No, it's true.
Then a snowboarder comes by, I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
is-
yo, watch
these
yourself.
fuck-
These snowboarders are out of control.
They should not allow them.
Now on snowboard.
He's pushing all the powder down the hill.
Now I'm on a snowboard. I look at skiers. I'm like, loser.
Yeah.
Yo, but that's the thing. If my parents did ski trips outside of Ontario, I would have never switched.
Mm.
Like if they were like, hey, we're gonna go to Whistler or the Banff or Mount Tremblant, I don't think I would have ever switched. But just going to the same 2 Ontario hills, 3,
Yeah, it gets so boring.
I was like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna switch because this is mind-numbingly boring. And
It's true.
that's the story. But the thing is, I went heli skiing before I switched, and I gotta say, you watch those videos of people out heli skiing in the
They're like
powder.
up to their chest.
It is the best.
Yeah, it's as good as it looks.
It is as literally as good as it gets. There's no better feeling. Everything's soft. Everything's fluffy. You use thick skis, and it's like you can push down on your legs and it compacts the snow and it pops you out. Everything's a kicker. You can fall any way you want, upside down. You can go inverted. It's just like, it really makes me wonder if I'll ever be rich enough to get back there. You know what I mean?
That's the dream.
But I
That's the
wonder how
goal.
it would be on snowboarding. That's so.
Oh yeah, no, it's just like that too. But it is more like surfing. You're like,
Oh,
it's just like a swooshy kind of movement versus like hard carves kind of thing.
did you eat shit?
Yeah, I know. When I first was in powder, I remember it was just hard. You just feel like you're gonna fall forward more because you need to lean back more to like dig in, kind of thing.
Oh no, like I ate like big shit.
Yeah.
Like I went into a rock field.
Oh.
I went into like there's like the run, and then I guess at the bottom of one of the runs, it wasn't powder anymore. It just looked the same, but it was just ice and rocks. And I remember going. Something hit. I lost my right ski. I looked down. I'm like, I'm on rocks, and I lose my left ski. I split out and just I'm going so fast that I must have gone another, I'd say 30 meters, just on the rocks, and probably one of the top 5 more painful things.
Oh.
I haven't really
Rocks.
had. Yeah, no, that
Really?
happened to me. I really haven't had too much pain in my life. That was up there, like cheese grater, kind of.
Shit. And
but-
it's funny if you were just like a few feet to the left, it would be just fluffy powder.
No, they didn't tell us. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't go heli skiing in New Zealand all the time. Like they told us how to find people in an avalanche. That didn't happen. They didn't say how. They didn't say there's a chance that some of it's not powder, and they
Some
didn't
of
say
it's
like
rocks.
stay away from over there. But it's also so scary because the powder's so deep that there's no bottom. You don't ever like feel the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
it's true.
when you're like clipping
Yeah.
on your skis, you step out of the helicopter and you go up to your like waist. And the only thing keeping you above the waist is just like the snow compacting under you. Not that you've touched ground.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of like fan out and like it's really weird. I don't know. So scary.
People die.
People die.
Yeah, if you have a bad fall,
You're
and then,
upside
like,
down?
Get put in upside down in a weird position.
No, I think you can
yeah.
live though. I think you can like. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, it was a blast. But we can wrap this up. If you guys have anything else, it's been about an hour, a little over.
Yeah, I gotta get some food and maybe a few drinks and
It's almost bedtime.
It's almost
You
bedtime.
know.
Yeah, what, 5:20? What's that? He's got another 4 hours.
Yeah.
For me, this is my.
No,
is
I
midnight.
worked.
This is
I worked out right before this, and I'm getting kind of hungry
well, it's
now.
about 5:20
The
p.m.
system's
local
calmed down.
time for us in Toronto. I know you're on a different time zone out in London there.
Yeah.
And the boys will be about dropping into the war zone right about now. I'll probably play for a few hours. When they hop off for dinner, I'll go and edit this up, play a bit more, and then at about 10:30, 11, I'll send you a message saying it's all done. You'll be asleep.
Yeah.
So I'll do the write-up, and I'll do all the stuff, and I'll get it out for you. So enjoy your time. And
I've got about 5 hours of coding I got left to do.
this guy's going to do work. Psych.
Wow.
I know. Things
Impressive.
have changed, man. He's the new alpha male. Dude, I left the kitchen a mess. I came down this morning. It's all clean. He cleaned everything. I don't understand it.
Just to exert my dominance.
Yeah.
Clean the kitchen.
Kev's running the
Yeah.
ship.
Absolutely.
This is Kev's
This is
ship
Kev.
now.
Look at me. I'm the captain now.
Love it. And thanks for joining us, Kev.
No problem.
Rob, thanks for joining us. Enjoy your paradise.
I'll upload the video. It's gonna take a few hours.
I'll be in the
so,
war zone. Just keep an eye on it, because if it's not up by like 7, I'm fucked. I'm gonna be up till
Yeah.
3 a.m. Not that I don't do that anyway. So, all right.
All right. Well, we'll talk to you later. And on that note, we'll see you next
Tuesday.
Attaboy. Later.
It's gonna be all